Hi guys, it's Inspirational Nails, and I'm here to show you my new mani, and it came out so cool. This is based off of the Game of Thrones. If you don't watch the Game of Thrones, then of course you won't know who this character is or the meaning behind my nail art here. But maybe by the end it will entice you maybe to watch the Game of Thrones. I am doing this review for the BBF nail art stamping plates that she sent me. So here I'm going to show you the plates that she sent me, and we'll get into a little story time about my mani here. This is her awesome scraper. It is very thin and is very flexible. I love it. It's also see-through. It's pretty cool. Okay, here is the first plate that I used, and this is from BBF 74, and if I'm not mistaken, she has two plates that cater around the Game of Thrones. This one here has like the different facets. I used the dragon, which is it's for the symbol represents the Targaryens. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, and the third row here, you have different characters. The character right here, both of them are the same person, and is Khal Drogo. And if you Google him, oh my God, he's so hot. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Okay, and he is off of season 1. He doesn't go anymore through the seasons, but if you watch season 1, oof, it's pretty intense. He doesn't speak a lick of English, but you have the love triangle that is based off of Daenerys, that comes from the Targaryens, and basically she was sold by her brother to him. Crazy, huh? And it ends up just growing from that point, and just becomes a love affair that pretty crazy, and they end up killing the brother. It's crazy. So maybe that might want to entice you to watch the Game of Thrones. Here you have Hodor. That's probably the only word he knows is his name. This is one of the prints, and this is Giant, because he's basically a giant. He's huge. So very cool plates, and especially if you're a lover of Game of Thrones, this plate is amazing. As you see, it's very big, and it is based off Aladdin, and I was so happy that she sent me this plate. I will be reviewing this on another mani, but it is based off of from Aladdin, and it has all the characters on there. I love Jasmine. I always have, but one of my favorites is the genie, Robin Williams. May he rest in peace. I love him as an actor, and I loved him in the genie, and there's a genie right there. So I love this plate, and definitely just beautiful images. I'm just kind of showing you guys the plate so you can see the images, because they're so amazing. Okay, and then the other plate that she sent me is this one here, which is BBF 62, and it has just gorgeous filigrees. It's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, and then such a gorgeous plate, such a cute idea. This is one of her new mini plates. She has a few of them. This one is for Ariel from the Little Mermaid. Now I wanted to show you, just to compare it from another set of plates that she sent me before this, which is this one here, which I did also review, and you can see that it is a much smaller plate. And what's really cute about this, she actually has it where it can go on a key ring or wherever you want to put it. You could travel with it. It's super cute because basically you can stamp anywhere. I love that. So as you see, the images are basically the same size. I don't feel like she's made them any much smaller than her regular plates. As you can see here, I mean, there might be some a little bit smaller, but they're all, fit on your nails, and they're very good size. So, but as you can see, it is a much smaller plate. and definitely packs a punch. She puts a lot of images on there on such a small plate. So I just wanted to compare that. So the 2 plates that I actually used for this mani is the BBF 74, and I also used this one here. Now she sent me this one prior on my last set that she sent me, which is BBF 56, and I didn't get to review it, and I wanted to use it with this one here, and I thought it was very fitting. I used, oh, let me turn it around here. I used this image here. I felt it was, you know, feminine but yet masculine all at the same time. It was open, so you could definitely see the background image, the background nail art basically, because I did an ombre, so you'll be able to see it. So these were the 2 plates that I used together. Okay, so what I have here, I have 2 pop sticks that I'm going to show you both nails. The one with the cow dragon face and the other ones, which are all the same. Okay, so for let me just pull this aside. For the ombre, I used 3 polishes. Okay, and these were the polishes I used for the ombre. Now this one here I used as my base, which is by Pure Ice, and this is called Sure Bite. I use L'Oreal, and this is based off of the 50 Shades of Grey from L'Oreal that came out. Ashendez, I hope I'm saying that right. And then this one is by Fresh Paint, and this is Never Go Out. So these were the 3, and this was kind of the order that I actually did the gradient. Now I just use, of course, a makeup sponge, and here is the order that I did the stamping this way. Now, of course, I really wanted it to look like this on the nail, but I didn't do it as many times as I should have. Probably could have gone like 5 times. I think I swatched it 3 times on my nails. But I really wanted it to be more, to show more of the base. As you see on this nail, you could see it more because you don't have any stamping on there. But because I did so many, you know, I did 2 layers of stamping, it kind of made the ombre kind of less noticeable. That's basically what it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did this, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my handy scissors here, and I'm just going to cut off a layer there. I'm just going to use this right here. That's just kind of an easy way to, if you want to keep using your sponge, you don't have to. You can just use a new sponge. And I'm going to take this nail here, and I'm going to open up all of these polishes. Okay, and I'll be back. Okay, so now that I have all the polishes open, I'm just going to go ahead and start on how I want the colors to blend together. And as I said, I probably did this about maybe 3 to 4 times, which I should have done more. And once I got my colors, and here is the pop stick, and I only did 1 coat of the base on my nails, which was from the one from Pure Ice. So I'm just going to go in, and I think these colors really look nice together the way they come out. So I'm going to keep on going. I am going to do about 3 coats of this, and I'll be back. Okay, so now that I have 3 coats, and you can see how it came out, and I love the way that came out. When I actually stamped that first layer of the first image that I used, it looks really, really nice. You could just leave it that way and not have to, you know, continue. But again, I wanted to create a story, so that's what I did when it came out on how the final look. Okay, so now on to stamping. For the stamping, I used my black from Mundo de Uñas. I also used the silver from Mundo de Uñas, and I used brick from Mundo de Uñas as well. Okay, so for the face, I only used 1 color, which is this one here. I've been using it. I've got this in a kit, and look how bad. I've had this for so long. I mean, I use petite to this to open it. Crazy, huh? But this came in a kit like long time ago, but the color is amazing. I did mix it with another color. Hopefully I have my somewhere probably written down what I added to it to give it just that perfect, you know, face color. It works great for painting faces. So those are the colors that I use. So we're just going to begin stamping. Okay, so for the stampers I used my clear jelly stamper from Caption, and I also used my Westonian stamper for my reverse stamping decal. Okay, so I'm going to take my silver from Mundo de Uñas, and we're going to stamp that base. Okay, and if you could see, there's the image, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I am going to center it because I do want this to have a center point. So I'm sorry if you can't see what I'm doing, but just trying to get it lined up. And then I'm pressing, as you can see. Then I'm making sure that I get everything down before I lift up. And I actually got it on my nails. Look at that. Luckily it comes right off. That's the best part. Okay. Okay, so now that I got that down, then we move on to the next step. Okay, so now here's where I'm going to take the dragons, and I'm using this one by Mundo de Uñas. Okay. And just want to make sure that I get a good stamp, and as you see, it's awesome. I'm just going to remove what I don't want, which is everything that is just surrounding the image. Okay, and then I'm going to take my pop stick here. Now, I want to get a lot of the image, but not the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to angle it and then press down. Okay, and actually I did get the whole image, and that's fine, because then I'm going to go on top and also just take a part of the image. But as you can see, it's three dragons, and look at the detail. I want to get really close so that you can definitely see all the detail and how awesome and amazing it looks on the nail, because it is really detailed. I think you could see that there. Okay, I'm just going to push down, you know, little flyaways, make sure that we get everything of the image down. And then what I'm going to do is just clean this up, and I'll stamp again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp again that same image of the dragons. Okay, and there's the dragons. Now what I did to the pop stick, I just put a piece of tape so that I can have a clean pop stick here, so it looks nice. So I wrote the dragon, so I turned it around just to make sure that I get those dragon heads, because I think they're just so cool. And then once I've kind of put everything down there, make sure everything stays, I'm just going to take off the piece of tape. And there we go. Look how cool that is. So of course I'm just going to go ahead and top coat it with Sèche Vite, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that it's all top coated with Sèche Vite, it is absolutely beautiful. Everything pops out. Again, the only thing is the ombre in the back really doesn't stand out as much anymore, because once you start stamping over it, it kind of diminishes the blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry about that. It just kind of diminishes the base of the ombre. Sorry. But you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I think overall it just came out really, really nice. And now we're on to the decal. Okay, so for this image right here, okay, I'm going to use my Westonian stamper. And I'm going to use my black from Mundo de Uñas. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my black here. Make sure I get... Okay, so you see how there's some open areas that it's very deep. So it's important that you put enough of whatever stamping polish you're going to use, or whatever polish you're going to use, because these are deep plates, so they're very well etched. So right there, I know that it's not going to pick up as great as I want it to. So even with stamping polish, sometimes, you know, a little goes a long way, but sometimes you just have to add a little bit extra so that you make sure you get into these grooves, especially when you have a plate that is as well etched as hers. Okay, so now I'm going in for the second time, and I'm just going to kind of coat the whole thing so that I get all these little grooves, because he is very, very detailed. And look at that. You see that? That is awesome. Perfect. So now I'm just going to remove what I don't want. Just kind of clean around him. Okay. I'm always off when I do that. I'm sorry. So, and I just clean, of course, with a lint roller, just so that you know. Okay, so then now I'm going to go in with my little face color, okay? This doesn't really have a color. Okay, and then I'm just going to take off the stamper here, and I'm going to zoom in. Okay, and then take my, I'm just going to use the brush, this tan color. And now, I know you're like, Elsie, what are you doing? You're just going right in without top coating it. I am. For those of you who know, I kind of live dangerously when it comes to stamping most of the time. You know, sometimes I don't follow my own rules. It is better to put a top coat. But, you know, I'm here doing it pretty slow, so you just want to take your time, especially when you're doing more detailed decals, so that you can get a really good coating. And basically that's it. What I do is I let this dry. You probably want to give it at least, depending on how much polish or acrylic paint you use, it will take longer, maybe less to dry. It really depends. I mean, I always wait at least between that 5, 10, 15 minute, 20 minute mark. If I'm going to wait 30 minutes or 40 minutes, it just depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a bigger image, you might have to wait longer. But I probably, for this small image, I'm only using one color. I probably will give it 20 minutes, and that's just going to drive me insane because that's long for me. But once that dries, then I will put a top coat, and then you want to give that at least 5-10 minutes to dry before you kind of remove it. So we're just going to give this time to dry, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I did top coat it. And as you see, it's still, you can see my imprint of my finger. It's still a little bit, it's not 100% dry. But, you know, I can't wait no more, so we are going to pull it off. Okay, so here we go. And I'm just using my tweezers here to gently pull it off. And I think once I have it, and there it is, it did come off. Okay, so I'm just gonna fix him a little bit here. He's still kind of gooey, see? Okay, so now I'm gonna transfer him onto the nail. Extremely gently, but I hope I have this in frame here. And you get to see, I'm just trying to center him. So there. Once I've kind of centered him, which I think that's pretty good, I'm just gonna pat with my finger and just pat him down. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go over press it down a little bit more so it doesn't create air bubbles. And take my shush feet and put a really nice coat, which I still got air bubbles, but that's okay. It still looks so good. And there he is. So handsome. Okay, and these are the two looks. So I hope you really enjoyed this, and please go ahead and I'm going to be linking BBF nail art, and you see it says nail art stamping plates and accessories. Down below there is her website, and I hope you enjoyed this mani, and until next one, bye guys.